Good morning. Happy coaching day. It's Thursday, and today we're going to talk about first why, and then how to plan a styled shoot in quarter three. Actually, if you're watching the replay, #replay so I can see who's watched it, and if you're watching live, say hello. Tell me where you're from. Also, sorry I'm 5 minutes late. So we bought a condo. It's been something that we've been working hard and saving up for 2 years now. And we got one. It was definitely like a God thing, like right place, right time kind of thing. Like it was barely on the market at all whenever we were presented to it. We weren't even supposed to get it. It's just a wild and crazy story. But the last couple weeks, I know like last week we were on our way to like finish up some things. We have a renter in there right now. And anyways, long story short, I realized while I was there, I was like, it was like one of those last minute things. I was like, crap, like I forgot to like leave a hair dryer. A lot of like Airbnbs and stuff like, and like hotels, like Daisy wants to see you guys leave a hair dryer, like, you know, just to have, you know, because it's bulky and people kind of want the place to provide that. So like it was one of those last minute things. I was like, oh, I'll just leave my hair dryer here and I'll buy one when I get home for myself, like whatever. Well, I forgot. And this morning I was like showering and like washing my hair because like I need to like get ready for you guys. I'm going live all day. I have a few videos to make, a YouTube video to make, and like all the things. And I get out of the shower literally like 30 minutes ago. My hair is like soaking wet and I like go to grab my hair dryer and I don't have one, which is why I'm late, because I had to use my little like hair dryer brush thing that I got from Walgreens. And so it took me 30 minutes to blow dry my hair, and that's why I'm 5 minutes late. Anyways, if you're watching the replay, #replay. If you are watching live, say hello. Tell me where you're from. All the things. If you're brand new to coaching, introduce yourself. Not only in here, but in the actual group. Let's see who's here so I can give you a shout out. Nashay's here. Good morning. Jamie's here. Stacy, Jessica, Takesha, Alicia from South Carolina. Thank you, Takesha. You're so sweet. Tatiana, good morning from North Carolina. Is that a shirt or a dress? It's so pretty. It's a shirt. I literally threw this on 5 seconds ago. I'm wearing Nike shorts on the bottom because that's just how I'm living life today. Lindsay's here. Y'all are being so sweet to me today. Rafi. We're gonna go with that because I know I screw up your name every time I see it. Chantel, hey girl. She's coming to our summer retreat, you guys. Chantel Cummings. Chrissy, good morning from Spanish Fort. Oh, I love me some Spanish Fort. I stop there every time we go to Orange Beach to eat because it's got like the best stuff. Nishaf's from Atlanta, Georgia. I'm just really excited you guys are here. Thanks for showing up. So today we are going to talk about why and how to plan a styled shoot for yourself. And then at the end, I'm going to give you like a huge pro tip and something that I really want everybody to put on their calendar this year, in the next like 12 months. I want every single body who's watching this to do this. One thing that, Daisy, you can't push off my stuff. Sorry, y'all, I almost lost you. And that's what I'm going to tell you, kind of like how to do it yourself, and then a little pro tip at the end. Okay, so first things first, in quarter three in coaching, we are talking all about upleveling your brand. Like the importance of it, why you need to do it, the importance of having a personal brand, which that is our coaching topic in your dashboard this month, which if you haven't yet, you need to go watch. It's about 30 minutes long. It comes with a workbook, and it's something that I really, if you have not yet watched a single coaching lesson and you've been a part of this, but you just kind of show up for the weekly coaching, I really want you to go into your dashboard, take 30 minutes of your time, sit down, download and print out the workbook, and do it. These little things are going to be the things that separate you from every other photographer in your area. This, in quarter 3, today, this month, and the next 2 months, we're focusing on how we stand out from a saturated market, how we can crush that phrase altogether. Like, I struggled with this just like I know a lot of you, especially at the beginning. But I quickly realized that I am different from everybody else. I'm a lot different from everybody else. You're a lot different from everybody else. And the whole point of building a personal brand is using like who you are, who God created you to be, to serve the people that God wants you to, specifically you to serve. And you never have an issue with bookings because you are a market of one. There's only one of you. And so if somebody wants your experience, your product, your service, they have to book you. Nobody else, right? So that's our coaching lesson today, how to build a personal brand. If you haven't yet watched it, please go inside your dashboard sometime this month, put it on your calendar, download the workbook and watch it. And then implement it, you guys. Okay, so with that said, because we are up-leveling our brand, one of the things that's going to up-level your brand is up-leveling your product, your images, what your images look like. That's our product when we're photographers, right? We are a product and service-based business. We deliver a good for people. That is our images. We also provide a service for our people, just like a plumber, an electrician. Like, we're a photographer, we're a service-based business. So we have to make sure that we have both on brand, high end, high branded, so that we don't get the crappy people who don't appreciate us, right? Has anyone ever shown up to a shoot and you just know deep down that you have no respect? You know deep down, like, whether that's after the shoot, before the shoot, through email, through communication, where you're just like, these people don't like respect me. They don't trust me. They, like, are just using me. It's an icky feeling. You don't want to have it for a long period of time. You're going to have it here and there, especially at the beginning, but it's something that you want to eliminate as quickly as possible, which is why we're going to talk about up-leveling our brand. Because when you up-level your brand, you're going to get up-leveled clients. When you get a high-end brand, you're going to get high-end clients, which means high-end clients respect services. They respect, like, you would think it would be the opposite. You would think that if you were giving people a break, you were being the cheaper photographer, you were doing them a service by not nickeling and diming them to death, you would think that they would appreciate you and that they would respect you, but they don't. That's just not how it goes. It's like the opposite. It's crazy. So one of the things that you can uplevel your brand is having high-end looking images in your portfolio, on your social media, on your website, so that when people go to you, they see you as a professional, as someone who's serious about their work, as someone who cares, okay? And when I was at the beginning of my business, the people, because I was brand new, I couldn't charge high-end prices. Who's in that like season right now? You're brand new, you can't charge $600 for a mini session. You're not there yet. You're brand new. You have to be like the intern for your own business. Who's there right now? Do hearts or something, or comment. Let me know if you're in the brand new stages of your business and you're not yet allowed to like charge high prices because you're brand new and everybody knows you're brand new. When you're brand new and you're not charging high prices, you're gonna get people who show up to your sessions who don't necessarily look like they stepped right out of a magazine. You're gonna get people, sorry, I just had a connection issue. You're going to have people who don't show up that look like things that you want to represent who you are and what you want to continue shooting. And there's going to be a moment where someone follows that style guide that you send to everybody. Somebody's going to follow that style guide and show. Let me know if y'all can hear me and see me. I'm getting little notifications that I having service issues. Okay. So one of these sessions are going to show up looking like they stepped out of a magazine, and you're going to be like, holy crap. These images look so much better, and I'm so much more creative. I'm in such a better mood shooting these type of people than the latter, right? And it's not your fault. It's you're not being judgmental. It's just something that when you shoot people that make you feel inspired, that make you feel creative, you're going to perform better, you're going to do better, you're going to serve better. You want to get down? Try that. And ultimately, your images are going to come out so much better. I shot dozens of sessions, and I couldn't understand why I was doing lighting right, my camera settings were right, everything was right. I couldn't understand why my images didn't look like everybody else's. Like, why? And then I had a client who showed up looking like she stepped out of a magazine. I'll actually probably post some of those pictures of the girl in the session that I'm talking about in this group when I'm done. She showed up in a white flowy dress. He showed up in a button down and khaki pants. And I was like, oh my God, I'm like really good. But at the end of the day, I was always good. You know, like nothing from that week, from those multiple sessions was different other than the way that my clients looked, what they wore. And then I realized like, I need more of this, which is why I created the style guide. This is why I pushed the style guide. If you're not sending your clients a style guide, you are doing you and your clients a huge disservice. You can't guarantee they will all follow the style guide, but you guys, I promise you, you will be shocked at the high percentage of people that show up to your sessions looking amazing, because at the end of the day, they want to do what's right. Like they want to please their photographer. They want to be like the star student. And you're going to get a super high percentage of people who show up looking amazing when you send a style guide versus if you don't send anything. Okay? So first, make that very clear. Please write this down if you're not already. Send them a style guide. I have a maternity, engagement, family, and senior style guide that you can have. Like download it. Take it. If you're in the academy, it's all free for you. Okay? So that's first things first. Okay? Now, let's just say you sent out the style guide and nobody, for whatever reason, is following the style guide. And you still have people showing up in flip-flops and LSU t-shirts. You still have people showing up, you're a light and airy photographer, and people are showing up in black and red, and you're like, why? It's time for you to take control of your own brand and your own images and your own creativity. It's your job. You can't rely on your clients in your very first year of business when you're still new and you're still charging low-end prices, and it's okay. That's a season. It's where you should be, what you should be doing. It's time for you to take control of what your images look like. Okay? So the why behind why do you need to do a style shoot? Why do you need to take control is because your brand, the way that people view your brand is on the line, and it's critical. And at the end of the day, it's in your control. Okay? So I'm going to give you 6 simple things, kind of like 6 steps that you can do in order for you to create your own style shoot. And before I even go through this, I want to make it very clear. You need to keep this as simple as possible. Like simple. Okay? And I'm going to give you some little tips of what things that I've done to keep it simple and low cost. Okay? And as you continue to do these, spend a little bit more money, get a little bit more creative, And the more you do it, the better and more comfortable you'll be. Okay, so how to plan your own styled shoot. Step 1, create your vision board. You need to know before you start buying stuff, planning stuff, choosing locations, choosing people, you have to be very clear on what you want your images to look like, as like far down as the colors that you want your images to have, which can kind of go down to your brand colors, whether you're bright and colorful, light and airy, dark and moody, earthy, whatever that is. What colors do you want? What posing style are you wanting your brand to be all about? It could be fun, vogue, serious, playful, joyful, creative. Like, what posing style are you wanting from your brand? Okay, and this is all in the business and branding course, and this is something that is going to evolve over time, and it's going to take a lot of time to figure out. You're not going to just be like, I know my brand, light and airy, fun. Like, as you grow, as you mature as a photographer, an entrepreneur, and business owner, this is going to really evolve, and you're really going to figure out who you are as a photographer, as a business owner. So first things first is create a vision board. You can do a Pinterest board. You can, buy some magazines that are inspiring to you. Like if you, like HGTV, Magnolia, Home and Gardens, like get some magazines and like figure out like what do you want your images to ultimately look like? Okay. Then I want you, if you have not already, create a style guide for your clients. Now, I have a style guide template for you, but at the end of the day, this is what I used for my clients. This is what I used. I was a light and airy photographer. My brides were joyful and whimsical, which is why I have long flowy dresses that I want my clients to wear. I tell them to make sure you have soft tones, pastel colors, white, khaki. But like, y'all listen to me. You are not me. You are you. And you really need to figure out who you are. You are not Brittany Bruce, okay? Like, you're going to attract clients that want you. And so I see Carl Beer's commenting. I'm just going to use him. Carl, you my boy. Carl Beer does not necessarily have a light and airy style like Brittany Bruce, right? Carl Beer is not going to attract the same type of senior or bride that I would, okay? Carl Beer is in a different season of life. You're a little bit older, Carl, right? You're a little bit older, your kids are older. I'm just going to go ahead and like assume that you're a little bit older than me. So like he might have a little bit more mature look. He might have a little bit more darker tones. He might have a little bit more richness, true to color. He might have a little bit more like, moodiness to his art. And so in his style guide, that's what he would want his clients to wear. Rich colors, navies, browns, blacks, 25 with 30 years experience. I love you, Carl. So that's how he would tweak my style guide for him, right? So like he might not have couples whimsically frolicking in an open field. He might have them be more serious with her head like resting on his chest. So at the end of the day, you have to, which is why you need a personal brand. You have to figure out who you are, what you like. And this is going to take some soul searching. This is going to take you following a few Instagram accounts, some photographers, to figure out who speaks to me. Who am I? One of my very earliest students, her name, I'm not sure if she's in coaching, but her name is Becca Boschik. She came to our very first retreat, and she's in like an alternative, like photographer that shoots people with tattoos and piercings in black, and it's beautiful, but she cannot put the same thing that I put because she's not me. Does that make sense? So first things first, create a vision. What do you want your images to ultimately look like? Think of your portfolio. what do you want your images to ultimately look like? And 2, create a style guide to emulate that. Number 3 is you need to choose a location that's going to go with that overall look. Okay, I'm gonna use Carl and Becca as another example. I would choose a location that has white walls, that has a lot of lighter tones, lighter colors. I would choose a location that has an open field, so it has a lot of depth to create that like whimsical, light and airy look. Whereas Carl or Becca might choose a brick wall. Does this make sense? You need to figure out your colors, who you are, your vibe, your feel, your brand before you just haphazardly create your own style sheet. So, creating a vision board, creating a Pinterest board, creating your own style guide that's true to you, not Brittany Bruce, copy and paste. Now, if you are a lot like me, feel free to copy and paste. But I really want to encourage you to be you and fully you, okay? I get you, Carl. Takesha, yes. Ashley, yes. Jennifer, I miss you too. Okay, so vision board, Pinterest board, create a style guide, choose a location. Next thing is you need to figure out who do you want in your shoot. What kind of shoot do you want? The person. Do you want to shoot families, seniors, couples, brides and grooms? This should be a little bit easier for you. The first 3, it's like, whoa, this is a lot to think about. This question should come easy to you because it's like, who do I want to shoot more of? If you want to shoot more of everything, maternity, families, whatever, do a styled shoot for every type of niche. I'm okay with that. Totally fine. The point is to up-level your portfolio, which will then in turn up-level your brand, okay? Figure out who you want. Bride and groom, maternity, be specific. A family with younger children, a family with older children. Who do you want to shoot more of? Not what you're currently shooting. What do you want to shoot more of? Then, number 5, I want you to reach out to some vendors who might want to be included in this styled shoot. And when you reach out to these vendors, you're going to be super professional and you're going to act like you've been doing this for decades. You're 25 with 30 years of experience like Carl. You've been doing this forever and you want to invite them to be a part of this styled shoot. And in return, they will get images of their work and be featured on your social media. It's super easy. All you have to do when you reach out to these vendors, and when I say vendors, let's just say you're doing a bride and groom or a senior or a maternity. You are gonna want a makeup artist so they can look amazing. You're gonna maybe want a hair girl. You're gonna want florist. And y'all, you can if you add bouquets to a maternity session, an engagement session, a senior session, that automatically, fresh florals automatically up-levels your brand. Automatically. It's like magic. Fresh florals automatically make your images look freaking beautiful. No matter what like your colors are. Like Carl and Becca could definitely have some darker toned florals, roses, whatever. Fresh florals make any image look high end. Maternity, seniors, brides, couples, you can literally do it for anybody. Families, like having the mom hold a bouquet with her kids, like y'all, that's next level. So asking a florist, I have asked a bridal boutique. I went to my bridal boutique and I was like, hey, I'm doing this styled shoot. I would love to include you and work with you. I would love to give you the images that I create for your own social media, for your own website, because they're not photographers. They can't do this from their own businesses. And I'd love to feature you in any post that we do so that our community can get to know you a little bit better. Y'all, you're doing them a service when you reach out to them. You're also getting to know more people in your community. It's one of the most scariest things ever because you're opening yourself up to rejection. I have been rejected multiple times. You're opening yourself to rejection, but y'all, it's so important. Now, here's a quick tip. If you don't feel comfortable reaching out to a florist, reaching out to any other vendors, you can totally skip this step and just make sure that your people know that they need to be dressed to the nines, makeup and hair is on point, and you can go to your local grocery, Publix, Rouse's, Oak Point, wherever it is that you live, and create your own bouquet. I've done that like 4 times. I created my own bouquet and I just became my own florist and put this together. But you want to make sure that your vision, your shoot looks like it's a real styled shoot. Okay? Next, are y'all writing this down? If you're not, you're missing out. Next is I want you to reach out, now that you have your vendors in check, reach out to friends, family, acquaintances that you can envision in your images. They don't have to be your best friends. Actually, your best friends will probably tell you no. Your family will probably tell you no, but acquaintances will probably have a higher likelihood to say yes. If you reach out to them and say, hey, I'm creating a styled shoot and I think that you and your fiance, you and your family, you would be the perfect fit to visually represent my brand. Like that little phrase. I think you would be the perfect fit to visually represent my brand. I also love how you are a teacher in the community. You serve in your church. Like schmooze them up a little bit and say, I have a makeup artist, a hair person. I have local vendors that I'm working with that we would love to provide this for you for free. And I would also like to give you free images if you decide to be our model. Here's the date, here's the time, here's the location. And then at the end, just be like, let me know if you're interested. If not, then we'll definitely work with somebody else, but I would love to hopefully use you in the future. Like use professional verbiage that makes it sound like you are inviting them into something really, really important. The last thing that you want to do is ask for a favor. And that's where a lot of new photographers mess up. I know I messed it up a lot in the very beginning because I didn't know any better. You don't know what you don't know. But if you come across as if you're inviting them, like you have chosen them, they would represent your brand. You would give them X, Y, and Z, free makeup, free hair, whatever, plus images, y'all. That is a higher likelihood of they're going to be like, oh my God, I was just chosen to be part of this thing. Okay? That's how you have to come across. Not your, hey, can I have you come maybe sort of like do this thing for me? Because I'm really trying to like update my portfolio and like, I just don't have any bookings right now. And like, I really just need some help. That's asking for a favor. The other thing, what I just told you, the verbiage to use is like you're inviting them. And guess what? The worst thing that they can say is no, and then you go to the next person. The worst thing they can say is no, and then you go on to the next person. If you run out of acquaintances, then you put out a model call. You put out a model call with the things that you're looking for, and you have friends and family tag those who they believe might be a good fit for this shoot. So again, if I'm tagged, like, you know, if somebody's like, I'm looking for a family with 4 kids and and blah, 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 and you get free makeup, free hair, blah, 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 and somebody tagged me like, Brittany, you'd be perfect for this. I'd be like, oh, it's an honor. It's like, oh, okay. So have your friends and family tag those who they believe would be a perfect fit for your styled shoot, or comment DM if you would be interested. And that way you will have hopefully a dozen plus people to choose from. Is this at all making sense? Is this at all helping? Let me know. Comment in the comments. Let me know if this is helping, if you have any questions as we keep going. Okay, last thing. Y'all, Daisy is like chewing up my desk. It's fine. Puppies are so fun. Okay, last but not least. This is probably the most important thing. If you haven't written anything down, write this down. If you've tuned out, tune back in and listen, Linda, listen. The last thing that you need to do once you get to the shoot, once it's all set up, is you have to. It's not like it'd be good if you did this. No, you have to bring an assistant. It could literally be your kid. It could be your cousin. It could be your nephew. Someone who is capable of holding a phone. I've literally, Bruce, my 5-year-old at the time, 6-year-old now, has done this for me because he knows how to work a phone, unfortunately. Bring an assistant to do behind the scene videos of you doing your thing. Behind the scene photos, it could be iPhone photos of you doing your thing, so that you can use this as marketing material for your Instagram, for your stories, for your website. You would be shocked of what Lightroom on your phone can do with your iPhone photos. A lot of my Instagram photos are just using my iPhone and a Lightroom editing stuff. So, last but not least is once you get to your shoot, don't miss this opportunity to use this as marketing. Do boomerangs, do selfies with your clients. And don't let anyone know that this is a styled shoot. This is your clients that you are shooting. Okay? You're gonna put this all over and you're gonna be able to be known for, this is a photographer who's shooting like really high-end stuff. And this is just one little thing that you can do to uplevel your brand, to give you some high-end photos so that you can start charging more quicker. Okay? Y'all, it's so important. Keep it simple. As simple as possible. If it gives you high anxiety to reach out to anybody, please, Lord Jesus, just go to the local grocery store and get your own darn bouquet. Like, just do it yourself. If you know how to put makeup on, like, do it yourself. Like, keep it simple. Keep it simple. And your pro tip, y'all, that I want you guys, also write this down, I want you guys to do in the next 12 months. Sometime in the next year, sooner the better, I want you to attend a styled shoot. I want you to attend one. One that you don't have to put together, one you don't have to stress about, one you don't have to like come up with the vendors or like a location. You literally just show up with your camera. This is the easiest, most beneficial thing that you can do for your business and for your brand. You show up with your camera. They're usually like $50 to attend. Go to a styled shoot. How do I find a styled shoot? A lot of local places and their local photography groups will host one. You can get with friends and host one together. That's the power of community. That is the huge power of community. Y'all can put this on together, okay? Everyone has their own editing style. Everyone has their own posing style. Y'all just like do your own thing. Come together for a styled shoot. But you can also start following this one group called Styled Shoots Across America. I believe it's styledshootsacrossamerica.com or it might be SSAA.com. I'm not 1,000% sure, but I'll look it up and then post it here in a minute. Styled Shoots Across America is literally this organization that goes around the country and puts on these elaborate, like tens of thousands of dollars were put into each shoot, like elaborate styled shoots for photographers to do that one thing, uplevel their brand, uplevel their visual brand. It's so beneficial. I promise you, it'll be the most empowering, uplifting, creative thing that you do for your business. They're so fun. You get to meet so many people and it's It's a business expense. Any workshop, education, mastermind, retreat, styled shoot you go to is a business expense. Please write it off, you guys, and don't be like afraid to do more workshops, more education, more styled shoots, because y'all, it's all like tax write-off. It's like free money, sort of. So styledshootsacrossamerica.com, attend one. Meet up together with other coaching members or academy members and just do it. Okay? Y'all, I hope this was helpful. I hope this was beneficial. I hope I didn't lose anybody. I try to keep these as simple as possible. I try to like give you tips and like verbiage to use in your own emails or messages. Like, I hope this was helpful, and I'm really, really glad you guys showed up. There's so many of you showing up today, and I'm really, really, really like excited. I love seeing you guys here. Where do we find more education? Where do you look and go? Okay, where do you find more education? Here's what I highly suggest. This is a great question. I'm going to get off because I have to get ready for the Academy Q&A. Do not haphazardly get educated from random people. That will cause massive confusion. What you need to do when you're looking for more education about a particular topic is you need to first start following the educator. Get to know their values, get to know their beliefs, get to know their business setup, and look at their life as a template of something that you hope to be or do. Does that make sense? Okay? If their business or life is set up that is not attractive to you, if their values and belief systems do not align with yours, it's probably not the best educator to follow and consume lots of content from. It's super important that you stay aligned with your values based upon who you listen to. Because, and this is just, I'm assuming you guys are here because our values align, our beliefs align, the way that we run business and the way that we view service and like serving our customers and not just taking and nickel and diming, and like how we see this as like a calling and like how we see this as a ministry. Like, I'm assuming like y'all, we're all on the same page. Not everybody, actually the majority of other photography educators like don't necessarily run their business that way. Don't necessarily view business that way. Don't necessarily treat client experience that way. And so if you start listening to me and then you start listening to someone else who doesn't have the same values, beliefs, things, you're going to be so confused. Like, who's right? Neither one of us are wrong. You know, that we have that's what the cool thing about the marketplace is that like literally everybody has someone to serve. That's the whole point of this. So at the end of the day, make sure you start following people and especially educators who align with your beliefs and values. Not necessarily like religious beliefs, but just like the way that you want to do life. Does that make sense? I know this is like a very in-depth thing. I'm sure it wasn't like a quick like, oh yeah, just go Google what you want to do. And like, but that's just what I truly, truly believe. So I love you guys. I hope this was a good coaching session. I had fun. If you have any more questions about this particular topic, just put them in the comments and we can like kind of hash it out. I'm a little bit busy today. I've got a lot of videoing to do and a lot of lives to do, but I can try to answer your questions in the in-between, and then y'all help each other out if you have any questions like, how do I do this? How do I do this? Like, let's just kind of hash it out the next couple of days about putting on your own styled shoot. And then I'll put the link for Styled Shoots Across America. I believe it's .com, but it might be SSAA.com. I'll get it in here for you. And if y'all know of any other styled shoots in your state, in your town, y'all like post them in this group. Please post them in this group, share your knowledge, share all the things so that y'all can like, hey, maybe even connect and be friends and like go to a styled shoot together. So I love you guys. I need to hop off. I'm gonna go get a little snack and some energy before I do the Academy live Q&A. And I will be back here next week. I can't remember our coaching topic. It's going to be great though. I'll post it in here in a little bit. But I love you guys. Y'all have a fantastic weekend, and I will see you next week.